Welcome back. We're back. Guess what we're working on? You're never going to guess. We're working on the 1968 C10 in bright white. Now, folks, I did make some progress this week. And I want to make a commitment to something. I keep talking about what I'm going to do next week. I think I mentioned to somebody, and you know who you are. I said I was thinking about maybe getting the old 1972 in here. The green truck, if you remember. The bumper needs some work. Rear bumper, starting to get a little rust jacking and it's starting to deform the bumper. And I really want to keep that bumper on it. So I'm going to bring that in. We're going to work on that. Not even going to tell you when because something will come up and it won't happen. So sorry if you were looking forward to seeing that this week, but I got something better. I got a sanding video. Now, hang on a minute. My wife tells me she loves them. So I'm going to do one more. I'm just kidding. She don't love them either. But hey, folks, it's what I'm doing. It's what's happening in the shop. So, but I got a few things. If you know me, I always try to throw something in there. It's kind of fun, even though sanding's not fun. I already did the sanding before I turned on the video, so you ain't got to watch me sanding. I should make a noise for that. Yeah, all day, every day until I'm sick of doing it. But for months, if you've been paying attention, I keep walking around the shop telling you what I'm working on this and I'm working on that. And let's not talk about that hood because that hood ain't, guess what? That hood's done. That's right. Whew, got it done. All right, well, I'm done with it. It looks pretty darn decent. Now, rattle can. This is out of a rattle can. And it's pretty darn decent. Got some good shine to it. Now, right now, it has a lot of wheel marks in it because, yeah, I got tired. And what it really needs is, real quick, if you over polish the hood and you don't polish the rest of the truck, it'll look good, but it won't look right. And I don't really feel like putting a high gloss perfect shine on that because it's many, many hours, about 2.5 hours more work, and that thing would be really nice. But then that means I got to do that to the roof. Now, granted, when you walk up to the truck, you'll be able to see across it, but I don't think I'm going to wet sand and polish it, to be honest with you. That's really not my forte. I just seen the spot here needs wet sanded a little more right there. But if somebody took the time, Tom, it's his truck, and he wanted to, he could spend, I don't know, 40, 50 hours wet sanding and polishing this thing, and it would look way better. But it's a 1968 C10, folks. And I'm not a perfect body man. As I polish this hood out, and it does look good. I don't know how well it looks to you. I'm going to move you around so you can get a little shine on it. I got a million lights in the shop, so there's all kinds of shiny spots all over it. But when you stand here and you look at it, and you move back and forth, there's a couple little, it's got a little wave here, maybe there. Not bad. I think, my rattle can, something you need to be careful of. I learned the hard way. Learning, folks, always learning something new. I was spraying right along, putting my coat's paint on here, and it was flowing out pretty decent. I just stayed at it. And the paint, it dripped off the nozzle. I sanded it out. It looks like just a little bump, just barely, a little bump. It could use sanding a touch more and then polished out again. Because it's pure paint, you can do that. So I started keeping a paper towel with me and wiped the nozzle once in a while. Good idea, just so it don't drip. Now I got one of them trigger things because my finger was tired. When you get to paint in a whole large area like this, it's a lot of pushing down on that paint can. Well, I bought one of them trigger things, and it kind of snaps in there, and yeah, it drips horrible. Like, you can only spray maybe 10, 15 passes, triggers, and it's dripping. So anyway, I put a light sand on it. I put a light polish on it. I only have a high-speed polisher, and that's for like clear coats, and things like that that really get hard. This paint does not have hardener in it. It's right out of the rattle can, right out of the spray can. So being it doesn't have that hardener built in, it doesn't quite ever get as hard as like a clear coat. So you need a low speed polisher, and this is white. So you're going to need to buy special polish for white. I do have my compound, my cutting compound is neutral. It'll be all right. But when you start putting on other polishes, sometimes they're dark. I don't know if they have dyes in them or not, but white paint will suck it in and you'll see it. You'll have gray, patchy. So a low speed polisher and some white paint polish. Tom, have at her some 1500 grit sandpaper and a bunch of water and a bunch of time, and this thing would be shiny. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it. For what I started with, this turned out good. Let's give this a quick look. I'll look it over, then we'll move on from the hood and we'll never talk about it again. Well, you know me. But doggone it, it did turn out all right. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm quite sure Tom will be happy with it. You know, we started with the whole rattle can idea here, and I mean, what do you really expect out of a rattle can? Again, not perfect, but looks sharp. I got the emblems put back on it here in front. This camera does not like white, remember that. So if it's flashy, sorry. But these emblems are old. The chrome's all shot on them, so they're all painted with a silver paint, like a wheel paint. And this trim is just beat end to end. I didn't spend a lot of time on it because the more I sand it, I mean, it's got so many dents and dings in it. You could I just buy a new one. But we didn't want to buy one because then you'd have chrome, and then the actual Chevrolet would look funny. So we're just rolling with this. It's an old truck. We're rolling with that feel. That's too shiny already. Way too shiny for me, by the way. I don't like shiny stuff. You got to keep shining it, and then you got to keep worrying about stone specks. And can you imagine the bugs that are going to be on the front of that thing the first time he drives it? All right, door. Who's tired of seeing a door? Yep, me. I'm sure you are too. So we'll make it quick. Bottom, good as it's going to get. Now this door was caved in the middle, so it's got a little. We talked about this. It's got a little dip in the middle, and I'm not putting a 1/2 inch of Bondo on her to get it out, but I got it squared off. It looks good. I got it where it flows nice and just kind of blends in the top. I got a little more work to do around them mirror bolt holes. I wasn't quite happy. Again, driver's door. It had just a little, yeah, not doing it. I'm going to give it one more sand. Got a little low spot here in a couple places, a little peck here and there. These doors all roll off on the sides. Now, I've never done one of these to shiny paint on purpose. So I don't know if they do that, if that's part of the stamping, but that's the way these are. It does it pretty even, the whole thing. They're just rolled. That last inch, when I'm running my block on there, I don't sand that last inch. So I'm sure they got a little tip to them. I just do it by hand, roll them in, feather it all in. Around the door handle, I don't know if you can see, but around that door handle, if you remember, that was a mess. This is it for the door. I'm telling you right now. This is going to be finished, and then, we're going to paint it. But as far as prep work goes, still a little peck in the middle of this dish I didn't see before. But we had that hole there. Everything's squaring up really nice. I just want to spend a little more time on it. I plan on painting this within the next week or so. I'm going to paint the inside first because I don't care as much about it. Then we can put it up on a block or something where the door panel goes. Flip it back, we'll paint this side. Lots of good finished painting coming up. We're in the home stretch, people. Just hang in there with me. Home stretch, I'm telling you. We'll get to that in a second. Hood, finished, painted, ready to go on the truck. Door, I'm going to say the same thing next week about that door. And that one over there, we'll talk about that another time. I'm not going to just keep going on sanding because everybody's tired of seeing all the sanding. But if you remember over here, I've been working. I've been busy. The most critical part of this cab being off the truck is the fact that I can stand here and work on all these edges and This is a tough spot to get to when the truck's put together. I just finished the top and I'm happy with it. But I went back and hit a couple more spots that I just want it nice. So I will hit that again when you're not around. You can see here how I've got it feathered together. That's the old primer and paint and filler, and it's coming out really nice. I just have to finish this track. I just noticed a little something up in here. This is hard to sand up in this area, folks. I honestly, I don't even know how to do it. I just put my hand in there best I can. That's a tough spot to get into. There's only going to be a little bit showing. I don't think anybody's going to notice, but I do have a little rough spot right here. I don't know what. Probably some silicone from whoever silicone the last window in. But as you see, the primer is on this part. It's going to get another coat and then painted. I mean, I've got it all taped off to paint. So we'll get this front painted. I'm going to get the top painted. See, all this is going to get painted and finished up. Home stretch, I'm not kidding you. I will show you the top real quick. You can see some of the spots that are the high spots that are shining through, but they're feathered out really nice. Very happy with it. Now, I did realize back here, it's not really that important right now. I mean, the back of this truck has got those dents in it, remember? And this top has a little wave to it. Somebody beating on it, I'm sure. There's no filler in the top. I mean, there's 2-in-1 sandable primer paint filler, but I mean, as far as actually putting any Bondo on the top, there isn't any in it, which I want. It's going to get sun-baked. I wanted to keep my filler to a minimum. Right now it's 0. Well, I lied by mistake. And this driver's corner, there was that little ding, and I put just a little smear of filler in that. But the rest of it, nothing. Now, these little ripples on the far end, on the driver's side, I can't even show them to you. They're so small. But I don't know if I really want to put filler up in this area right through here, because I'm going to be messing with this seam, trying to sand away from it all the time. And I think I'm going to leave it. I sprayed it again. I'm going to sand it again. I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave it. I got a little mishap right here in the middle. I don't know how to straighten that out, but maybe I'll take my file or something and just try and square this up. Anyhow, painted next week. That's painted this week. The door painted next week. The cab will be going on the truck. We're going to call it a truck, even though it's actually the chassis. But I'm using the good camera this week, so I can't see nothing. But that's, excuse me, that's where I'm at. It's going to start being a little more fun, but now we're getting into planting season and what have you for the farm. So I don't know how much fun we're going to have, but I think it's all fun. But home stretch, folks. We're on the home stretch on all this paint and sand garbage that you guys have tolerated and been with me. But it's looking good. Looking really good. I was going to start doing a little spray primer. I got these little, I don't know what happened here. There's a little peck right there. Maybe one right here. So I'll do it real quick. When you get to this point, you're like, dang it, how did I miss that? Well, sorry. Got to shake it up. We're human. And there's so many things to look at up on this roof. I missed them. So you get those little stone chip is the only thing I can tell you they look like. And I just that's all you got to do. Just a little. That's enough to, yeah, I overdid that one a little bit, to kind of fill those in, because you're going to sand all of it off the outside, and what the spray is going to stay in the little hole. So you're really not putting that much on. You're taking off 90% of what you're putting on there anyway. But I just had a few of those I wanted to touch up. Man, this turned out really good. So when things go good, sometimes I give it a little extra push, just to make it extra good. Take advantage of it going so well for you. That's all I'm up to. I don't want to fill these waves, but I want to soften them a little. And by putting this 2-in-1 primer filler, it will allow those to, I don't know how to word it, roll better. They're not gonna be so. I'd rather have a touch of waviness than to actually have a dent. If that makes any sense. All right, this is that finish up little garbage. And I missed a little, I don't know what happened there. Paint come on. A little more sanding around those edges, but I'm focusing on the top this week so that next week when you guys come, this will be on the truck. Put this on the chassis and I can stand up on the back of the chassis and I can work the back of this if I need to. I don't think, am I painting the top? I think I got to wait on painting the top. But I can stand here and work this. It's the front I can't get to. So we're gonna be moving along. Everybody likes to see the truck being put together. That's the fun part. But don't leave me now. That's all I want to say. Don't leave me now because it's a sanding video, honey. Oh, I told her don't feel bad. Nobody loves watching a bunch of sanding, but it's important. It's what I'm doing. It's what you get to see. But remember, I want to tease you a little bit. Remember, we're going to start moving forward next week. We're going to start having a lot more fun to look at. I'm going to put the cab on the chassis. The fenders are already painted. The hood's already painted. The grill's already painted. The filler panel here, cowl cover, whatever you want to call it, that's already painted. The door is going to be painted. The motor's already in. So when we start putting this truck together, it's going to be 1 week right after another, pretty good progress and watching things getting put together. Some of you guys have looked and said, well, I'm sure somebody's thinking it. You never got that cab tightened up like you were planning on. Well, no, I didn't. Because I was going to start sanding on this. And I didn't really want to be bent over that much. So I might as well, as long as this is out of the way, once this is on the chassis, it'll be in a more comfortable position. I've only got to do these sides, a little bit on the back because the rockers and everything are done. So I might as well have it on the truck. I could sit in a chair and work on it. There's a lot of little BS to be done, but I could do that body work, little body work in the middle of doing a bunch of other assembly stuff. I'm kind of excited. I need to find, and I don't know where there's one at yet. I'll let you know. Oh, there's something else I got to tell you. I want a radiator that's designed for what we're doing. He's going to have electric fans in this. So I want a radiator that is set up for electric fans. I want it to have the steam port because he's putting LS in it. Let's just buy the right radiator. We don't have one to use anyway. So I'm going to look that up and order that. Then we can start assembling this thing. And once it starts getting put together, it's just lots more fun to watch. But I wanted to share one more thing with you. Something, don't get this stuff. I mean, you can buy it if you want it. I'll leave you right there. So what's held me up and frustrated me was doing the seam seal on these cab seams. There's 4, one in each corner. And I ran out of the stuff I like. I mentioned it last week. And just being a cheap, stupid. Anyway, I got this Spectra seam sealer. I mean, it looks like a good quality brand. I like it. Maybe it don't to you. I thought, I'll try that. Never again. Never again. Saving money cost me money. Yep, because I was afraid to pay $3 shipping. I bought more sealer garbage I don't use. That sealer, the Spectra, buy it if you want it. There's probably a reason for it. It never dries. I did this last week after the video. Left it all week. Come out once or twice and touched it, and it's still wet. Today has been a full week. It's firmed up, but you can take your finger and put a fingerprint right in it. So it isn't dry yet. Now I'm using primer on it, which might help it cure, but it isn't. I'm not sealed this yet. I need to seal it before I paint it so it doesn't rust, but I don't want to seal it till that stuff's dry. I don't know how long that's going to be. Probably never. It's just going to stay pliable. I don't like it. The other stuff stays pliable, but it's firm, meaning you really got to push on it if you're going to move it. Not just normal hand washing or anything. Nevertheless, I don't like the stuff. It takes forever to set up. If it ain't set in a week, I don't want it. Not buying it again. All right, I've rambled on about enough. You guys got to see me walk around the shop. We didn't do any work this week, but you didn't want to see it anyway. Next week, cab to the chassis. I don't know what else. We'll see what comes next week, but no more sanding videos for a while. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I'm not going to keep you. We'll do more fun stuff coming up. I have a lot of it, so please come back and check out the channel again. Thanks for watching. Turn this off. We're back to that. 2, 3. Come on.